Hello, Dynamic Stars. Welcome back to the channel. This is Azurite22, coming to you, as always, to bring your intuition to the fore, to bring you more. I am here with another pick a card reading. This is my first reading of 2021 in my new space. So that's why I haven't been around. I'm in a new space, moved to another state, lots of light, as you can see. Excuse the video later on, the sun comes in and shines in my eyes and all of that, so please excuse all of that. I have to get curtains. I haven't gotten them yet because the curtains I have I don't like, but you know how that goes. Anyway, I want to tell you this reading that we're doing today is what do we need to leave behind so we can move forward better, right? So how I'm going to do this reading is I have these 4 stones here: luck, faith, trust, joy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do an intuitive hit. I am going to sit and ask my spirits what message they want to give first, and then I will do the pick a card reading, and I'm going to do that with the Mary Queen of Angels deck. And we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to roll that into after I do the intuitive portion where I'm just channeling the energy and the messages, then I will do the pick a card reading. So a little different than I normally do, but it's a different year. You got to do things different, right? Right. So if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe and share this video with others. And you can also visit me on my website at www.azurite22.com. I have a spiritual shop there. I have a blog there. And also I have an Etsy shop where I do more uploading of my new products. So between the two of them, my Etsy shop, everything is linked below. It's called Azurite22 Treasures. The link is below. My website link is also below. I have my money oil there. I have some money soap so that you can use to help bring in the good fortune for this 2021. Remove and leave in the past all the other stuff. And this is a timeless video. So even though I am doing this at the top of 2021, whenever you see this video, it will apply because we're always in a place where we have to leave things behind. So whenever you find this video, these messages are for you. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into this video and see what we need to leave behind in order to move forward better. See you at your pile, and the timestamps are below. All right, bye-bye. For all of you who chose luck, this is for you. What are we leaving behind so that we can move forward better? The first thing before we pull luck, what do you think about luck? What do you feel about luck? How do you think about luck? What does that mean to you? Is luck, oh, you found money on the ground. Oh, I ran into this person that I've been thinking about for a long time. Oh my goodness, look, this piece of mail that I've been looking for has been hidden behind that potted plant for the last 10 days. Who knows how it got there, but that's what I was waiting for. All of these things are considered luck. Now, sometimes expanding what we think of as luck or good fortune is something that has to happen because maybe you have too narrow of a focus on what luck is or means, because luck can mean different things to different people. So first and foremost, for all of you who chose luck, this is something to really pay attention to. What does luck look like? How does it feel? How does it move? Because if your definition, idea of it is too small, you're not going to understand what luck looks like when it shows up in your life. Luck can also be something that quote unquote doesn't look so good. You could have had a fender bender, right? And that fender bender creates a whole situation that proves a point and allows all parties in the situation to understand what is happening. But it's bad, right? No. And that's what we're looking at when we're talking about luck. Sometimes something untoward or seemingly untoward has to happen in order for you to gain the benefit that you are seeking. So these are ideas and thoughts to keep in mind when you hear luck. Okay? Now we're going to pull. And for someone out there, there is a check coming to you in the mail, totally unexpected. 699 could be some of the numbers somewhere on that check, whether it be the account number, the routing number, or the actual amount of the check. Okay, that's not a Scottish Terrier, but seeing cute, fluffy little doggy, please watch out for him or her. Tannish color, white tannish color, very frisky. So watch open doors. Make sure that you keep your little one safe, your four-legged baby, your fur baby safe. Because there could be an open door that little fur baby runs out. Just be mindful. Keep all doors closed. Remind your guests to keep your doors closed. Any further impressions before we pull? Okay, children. So that's the last thing I just said. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive changes for them and for me. So just as I said a moment ago, just make sure you keep your fur babies as well as your human babies safe. For the things to leave behind, because that is our question. Leave behind the things that may hinder you. So there are ideas and things that you may have in mind, again, when we talk about luck, that are hindering your movement. So in regards to your children, pause, stop, see, talk to other people, go on the internet, research about whatever challenge you're having with your children right now, and find other strategies, other ways of handling it. Because your luck now depends upon how you work with your children. Because things could go awry if you're not being careful, if you're not being focused. For example, if you have a rule, and that rule is you must get in by 10 o'clock at night, and they get in at 10:01. Yeah, it's only a minute, but your rule is 10, and they walked in after it. You have to be consistent all of the time in how you present yourself to them. You cannot waffle, you cannot go back and forth. You have to be the parent. So leaving in the past, leaving in 2020, if you're watching this as I'm making this January 10th, 2021, leave in 2020 the waffling of being the parent. You must be straight as an arrow, consistent always. If I do such, this will happen. That is something that is key. And yes, we pull the card for children, but make sure that you are strong and consistent in all areas as well, because it's like breaking in a new shoe. Your foot is always going to hurt until you get it just right. You have to go through some pain in order to look cute or to have those shoes be what you need them to be. Or you can get a shoe stretcher and have it do it for you. So if you're not going to be consistent, you have to have things in place, methodology in place, people, nanny, caregiver, whoever else works with you and that child, helps you, co-parents with you, the father, the husband, the spouse, the partner. Everyone must be on the same page so that it is consistent throughout the household, because you cannot be able to go to one, don't get what you need, and then go to the other and get it, because that is also the same thing. It's still waffling, not within you, but in the household. So make sure you focus on that this year. And of course, I had the cards flipped up and all I saw was caring. You have to keep the caring involved in all of this, because you're doing this because you care. You're doing this because you know that if you don't do it, somewhere out in the world in life, there's going to be something for your children to deal with that might not be so great. Another message for you for what to leave behind. Now that's an interesting one. Leaving behind truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. So when you say leave behind truth, that seems to me another portion very consistent with this card is, why do you feel the need that you have to say everything and have no filter? Be honest, brutally honest, and tell them everything. You're the parent, you're the one in charge. You don't have to give every single detail because they're children. No matter what age your children are, you're not their friend. You are their parent. You're the one that sets the stage. You say yes, you say no, and there really doesn't need to be a whole huge discussion. It is not a democracy when you are the parent. Democracy is for out there, out in the world, in our government. Because a lot of times we get into this area where we feel, oh yeah, let's get everybody's opinion, let's do this. But then what actually needs to happen goes awry. So not saying don't tell your children the truth, but you must be able to know what you are about, what you're doing, what your goals are. Be internally as focused as you need to be for yourself and what you're doing, and then relay what it is that you are doing in a way that makes sense. For example, if you are going on vacation and you know you have a specific budget, right? Then you present options that are within that budget, right? And if you already know that you want to go by plane, by boat, by car, however it is you want to go, that is the option you present. Because if you now present, hey, I want to go on vacation, family vacation, where do you want to go? Now the field is open and it gets very, very unwieldy very quickly if you have children who want to do the exotic trip, something that they saw on YouTube or somewhere on social media. You have to put some conditioning factors in as soon as you present things, because this now allows for expectations to be set within the first initial speaking of it. And these are things that will help you, because we all want to be that parent that goes, hey, where do you want to go? And be able to just fulfill that desire, that need, right? What if we can't? What if there are other things that we want to do in our lives with our children? Of course, we have school, that you may pay for. There may be dance classes or all the different things that you do for children, with your children. So that all has to be put in place. And I know I'm only talking to some people with this reading. There are others who have all of that in place, and you have other shaping factors. Say you have all of the money that you need and money is not an option, but you have concerns about the friends, the situations that they get themselves into. These are now areas where you have to keep those rules, those guidance points, if you want to call them, because you've been here, you've known that. For the love of your children, you have to give them the benefit of your experience. And sometimes as our children get older, we sometimes go, oh, and the relationship should change. Yes, the relationship should change, but not to the point where it doesn't look recognizable as a parent-child relationship. So for those of you who got this reading, clearly I'm assuming there are children in your lives, whether they are actually yours or you're part of the parenting situation for children. This is a message for you so that it gives you some thoughts and ideas about looking at your parenting style and how things can be improved, changed, allowed to expand so that there is more union within the family. Because of the way you parent or co-parent, there is disunion, disharmony, and that needs to change moving forward. So if nothing else that I've said today hits just the right way, what needs to be really heard is look into, talk to others who are close to you, who you trust, and ask them, what do you think I should do to make things better, more harmonious, more unified in my home, so that all of the things that I'm trying to do will come to fruition. And sit back and listen to what they say, because you're not seeing it right now. And that's the thing. You need to be able to see this. All right? And again, luck. What you think of as luck is very, very different from what it actually is for you. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. For those of you who chose faith, hello, this reading is for you. Let me see. For those of you who chose faith, pile 2, the first thing, of course, I hear is faith is lacking, faith is waning, faith is very low. And part of that has to do with 2020 was rough. It was a very rough year. So if you're watching this video at the time that I've made it, January 10th, 2021, 10 days into the new year, 2020 was rough. If you're watching it at any other time, whatever time period, the last 6 months to 12 months have been very, very rough, to the point where you don't even know what to do with yourself. You're wondering why, not just why me, Why us? Because at this point in time, this is still in pandemic stage, and this global pandemic has been quite a lot to handle. Many people have lost their lives. Many people have lost their livelihoods. Many people have lost a lot. And it's almost as if, what's going on? Did I do something personally wrong, reprehensible? This is a global thing. So it is all of us experiencing this. And I know you're like, so what does that have to do with me? How is that helping me? Because it's not personal. We are all going through it. The planet is going through it. Faith is more about reconnecting to that which is greater than yourself, so that you can find your stasis point. Because for many of us, this is spiritual evolvement, spiritual development, creating a new way of feeling and of being within ourselves. So faith is not what you thought it was. Faith is more about, where is the indwelling intelligence within me? Is it here in my third eye? Is it up here in my crown chakra? Do I feel it in my heart? Do I feel it, in my root chakra? Where do I feel God? Because that's where you connect. Find out where that indwelling intelligence is. All that is, where does it reside within you? And when you directly connect to that, that is when you're going to feel the faith coming, because now you're going to be able to reconnect to the insights. Because of all of the turmoil in the air, we're not connecting like we used to, not as strongly as we used to. And we're plugged into media, we're plugged into all of the happenings and the drama, and it just takes us off a little bit, right? So faith is not sitting and praying and meditating all day. You can do that. It's another way of reaffirming your faith. But the key part is actual direct connection to the God within, the indwelling intelligence within, the energy, your chi points, realigning your chakras, because your chakras are energy points that are connected to the greater you. By focusing on the greater you, the part of you that lives throughout time in different bodies, on different planets, on different realms, if you do believe in that reincarnation, the oversoul you, that is the part that has to be connected back to this incarnation of you. By doing that, you will find your center again. You will find your footing. Okay, what card do we have for you? Integrity. And again, this is on what we have to leave behind in order to move forward better. What are you saying? Leave integrity behind? I trust my ability to know what is true for me. This card is actually saying that, yeah, you left this behind already. You left this behind already. Your ability to connect, you left it. In this case, you have to pick it up. This is something that you cannot leave behind. In your case, those of you who chose faith, you cannot leave your ability to connect behind. And that's what you've done. That must be picked back up, taken to heart, and bring forward with you into the next 6 to 12 months. as I intuitively pull that information from my spirit guides, you see this card came out. You see Mary holding the babe. What do you hold precious? Because those are some of the things that you need to leave behind. Okay, do you leave? Okay. All of the vices, we can name all of them, right? All of the addictions, sex, drugs, alcohol, smoking, and this is just regular cigarettes. All of these things are ways that pull you away from who you truly are, because it satiates the body, right? And by satiating the body, it creates certain chemical reactions that puts us in a quiescent state, a relaxed, comfortable state. Please excuse the light, the sun is coming in beautifully. And when you're in that quiescent state of chemical-induced euphoria, there are things that you just don't do. You don't do the things that will help you, of course, with that connection to the divine. So you're more open to suggestions that are not for your complete betterment. You're too busy being calmed. And by just trying to calm yourself, you're not focusing on what you need to do more for yourself, to do better for yourself. And that is where the problem comes in. You're not moving at the pace that you're supposed to be moving. You're slower, you're just, spinning your wheels. So now is time to pull yourself out of that. You don't have to stop cold turkey, because of course that would create another problem. But you do have to pay attention if it's too much, and slowly taper it down. If you need help doing that, ask a friend, get counseling, go to therapy. These are all things that are really, really, really good for us. I know that there's a lot of backlash against psychology, psychologists, therapists, talk therapists, counselors, but they really are helpful. They're not going to shove drugs down your mouth. Make sure you don't go to a psychiatrist who can actually prescribe. Go to talk therapists.
By all means,
so
if you
that
need to
you
go
can
to a therapist to receive medication, please do.
Go to self-help courses. There are a lot of them that will help you to look at the various areas that you are most interested in. If you need to declutter your home, there are classes, workshops, YouTube videos all about these things, right? And begin working on the granular pieces so that you can get to that big old macular piece. You know what I'm saying? Start off where you can, because when you are in a mode of trying to comfort yourself, all you want to do is maintain that comfort. So look for comfort in other areas, such as, oh, my closet's too messy. Oh, my home is too crazy. Oh, this job is a little bit much. Let me look at ways, let me talk to my supervisor, let me talk to my coworkers, where maybe we can do things a little differently. Everybody's doing things differently now because the times have changed. So you're right along with that current, with that trend. Let's pull another card. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to try something new, even if it's something small. Feminine, I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Do you see that? So allow that female essence part of you to come forth. The vulnerability, because that's That's part and parcel what that divine feminine is about. Having the vulnerability to do what needs to be done. I won't even say softness, because divine feminine can be strong and firm. Imagine a tsunami. That is divine feminine, but in another state. We're not talking about that state. We're talking about the state of being receptive enough to know what we need to take care of ourselves at this moment in time. When I see that things that were left on the table or things that you need were left behind, and then I see this divine feminine, there is a need for the relaxation, the ability to flow, so that you can hear again. Because again, by putting yourself in this state where you're seeking comfort, you're almost putting a wall. You are putting a wall up, and that wall allows you to feel safe, but it also blocks out the things that you need. So have faith by reconnecting with the thing that is deeply inside of you. Sit quietly, stare at a candle. It's one of the, I think, most calming and simple ways of meditating that there is. You don't have to do anything except stare at the flickering candle flame. Watch it go higher, watch it go lower. And if there's a thought, you don't have to follow the thought. You just watch the flame. And if you feel like there's a thought that does need to be followed, if after you're very quiet, after looking at the flame for 5 minutes or so, and there is a conversation that is beginning to be had with you in your mind and in your spirit, you don't have to force yourself to listen. Just breathe into the candle and breathe into that conversation, so that you can be the vessel for that information, for that download, for your spirit guides to share what they need to share. Because sometimes we just need to get quiet enough without the external stimuli, so that we can get that indwelling intelligence speaking to us. Okay? So you don't have to do all of this intense breathing and focus on, where you put your body and your legs. And there's time to get there. Right now, it's just, let's commune quietly. All right. I hope you enjoyed that and got something out of that reading. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. For those of you who chose trust, this is for you. Trust. Trust in your movement. Trust in what is coming to you. Because trust is a two-way street. But for you, trusting what comes to you to do is very important. And we are doing a reading on what to leave behind so that you can move forward better. What you need to leave behind is not trusting what comes to you, because you are very connected to your inner intelligence, to the God within, to your spirit guides. Your problem is you're listening to the people outside of you. You're listening to everyone else that is a naysayer. Just that simple. You have to stop with that and allow yourself to really dig deeper. Dig deeper in the sense of, you get some information, and instead of going, oh my God, I got this information, I'm not sure what to do with this information, stop. and go, I'm not sure I understand. Can you give me some more information? Get quiet and listen again and ask and listen for that additional explanation, for the clarity, for the expansion upon the idea or the information that was given to you. Because it's not just divine drops of intelligence that are given to you in just spurts. You can develop the relationship so that you can get more information. So then it becomes this two-way street. You're thinking it's only divine wisdom that gets dropped in like little pearls of wisdom, and that's it. The pearl is encapsulated and you get what you get, and don't get upset. No, this is not that. Let that go and know that where there's some, there's more. Trust that there's more. Trust that you are more than capable of bringing that information out for yourself in its fullness and in its expansiveness. Okay. What do we have for you? What do you need to leave behind so you can move forward? Interesting. Integrity again. The last group got this. In your case, your integrity is being challenged. Your integrity in the sense of you have an inner knowing that is, oh my gosh, they really shouldn't do that. Oh my gosh, because this and this and this is going to happen if they do that. That's the little voice that's inside. You know what is going to happen, or you see certain things, but you don't say it. You keep your mouth shut because, you don't want anybody coming back at you saying anything. You have to leave that behind. For those that are closer to you, you need to share the message because you are a vehicle for message to be shared through. A vehicle. It is just a means of communication. If that person is not able to get the message directly because of whatever is going on in their lives, the message is coming through to you because you can reach them. The integrity of your spiritual nature will break down because you are not passing the message. Of course, if you see a stranger on the street, that is entirely up to you. We live in a very interesting world. However, if you do get a message from a stranger and you happen to be in a situation where maybe you're, on a plane, maybe you're on a bus, maybe you're in some arena or venue where you're spending more than 5 seconds with the person. Maybe if that is the case, you can strike up a conversation and just say hello and see what happens, because sometimes you'll get these things for people that you don't know because there's a simpatico kind of relationship going on between you and this person, and spirit knows it, which is why they gave you the message in the first place. But you don't know unless you open up and go, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Happy Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. Smile and nod. See what the reaction is. Because there are some people who are looking out in the world for something. And maybe that's why Spirit directed you to that person. Because that is what's happening. You are being directed by spirits, your spiritual guides, your angels. Integrity for you is listening and being that true vehicle and vessel. Same. Another message for you. Father, Can you see that? My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. So let's expand this card for those who do not follow a Christian or a Catholic background. Of course, yes. Again, the indwelling intelligence. This goes along with what I was just saying now. You can say Father God is the indwelling intelligence, and that indwelling intelligence is directing you to speak the truth for yourself, get more information for yourself, and also to share what is given to you. What about your actual father? Is there a message that you have for your actual father? You might have a message for him. He might have a message for you. You need to just check on that aspect. Trust if you've already gotten a message about your father that that information is accurate and on point, and this reading is confirmation, and you have to act in whatever way you see fit on that information. The other aspect of this father card is the masculine energy, divine masculine energy. It takes a little bit of backbone in order for you to take that softer yin energy, which is receiving that information, and now you have to share it. So with you, there is a need for the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. That is what I'm getting from this. So the only way to do that is increase your oxygen intake. You can literally do calisthenics, you can do aerobics, you can just do some breathing exercises to bring a little bit more heat into your body, which will allow you to feel more solid, feel more strong, so that when these impressions come to you, you will be able to go, okay, all right, I'm not 100% sure if I'm ready to do this, but I'm feeling good, I'm feeling strong. And the worst that can happen is this person goes, no, that's not totally me, that's not me at all, I don't know where you're getting that from. Okay, fine, message delivered, got no problems. Okay, and your job is done. Delivering the message is all your job is. You don't have to identify with all of the stuff that people might want to send your way. If they do send some negativity or just, oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean your way? Use a little sage, clean off, or you literally can just do like that and throw it out the window. It's not yours, not yours at all. You can use a piece of fruit, a piece of bread, like a roll, clean yourself with it, throw it away. Not in your home, someplace outside. Get rid of that energy. It's not yours. So do not be afraid of any backlash or quote unquote negativity. You can clean it off because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and reuniting your integrity. So don't leave your integrity behind. And your integrity in this case is being the true vessel of the information that's being given to you. I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. For those of you who chose joy, this reading is for you. Joy. When we say joy, joy is a big, beautiful thing. Joy is not a little teeny emotion. Maybe you feel like joy is, oh wow, I got a little, I got a flower. I bought myself a flower. Oh, that's joy. Yeah, it is. Having flowers is very nice. Joy is a big overarching emotion that fills your mind, your soul, your heart, your spirit with an effervescent bubbliness that just has you smiling for absolutely no reason. That's what joy is. For you, I feel those of you who chose joy, you're looking for joy. You want joy. Joy is something that is naturally, innately within us and is a part of us. The things that you think about joy, you think you have to go out there and get joy, find joy, bring it in, and make it happen for yourself. Yes, but going out in the world to get joy is not what you have to do. You can sit down and get joy yourself. And I know you're like, oh, more of that guru, Buddha stuff. Joy comes from within. You wake up and you can be joyful just because you woke up. And in these days and times, especially coming out of the year that we've had, because I'm filming this on January 10th of 2020, of 2021, sorry, oh my goodness. This is January 10th of 2021. That's when I'm filming this. And 2020 was rough. It was very rough for a lot of people around the world. Joy is not something that we're just, woo! No, we're not doing that right now, because a lot of us have picked up and are just feeling the energy of what's out in the world. A way to combat that is by literally having the sun on you, putting yourself in nature so that you can be cleansed of anything that you may have picked up just moving through the world, putting your back against a tree. You don't have to hug the tree, just putting your back against the tree, sitting down on the roots, and just allowing yourself to ground and feel the energies of the nature that's within you. Enjoying peaceful sounds. Sounds are really, really wonderful to help you to reconnect to the joy within yourself. Find music that comforts you, that relaxes you. Could be rock, could be jazz, could be new age music, whatever makes you feel good. If you like nature sounds, try some nature sounds. Try, thunder and lightning. Those things are very relaxing to some people. You have to find the thing that brings you a sense of calmness, a sense of enjoyment, because you have to find the small thing. You don't have to spend money, because I feel with you, you feel that joy comes with a price tag. It doesn't have to. You can find joy in creating a beautiful picture. You can doodle. Whether you think you can draw or not, try to doodle. Try and make an outfit for yourself, even if you've never tried it before, because guess what? In trying something new, you might find a lot of enjoyment, okay? I don't know, I keep seeing you making clothes. For those of you who picked this number 4, I see you making clothes, scarves, hats, knitting, sewing, crocheting. You can even do macrame. I mean, try something creative and interesting to you. If you want to paint, try painting. And no, you don't have to go out there and spend a lot of money. You can try watercolors. You can go into your local craft store, a 99-cent store, see whatever paints they have. They usually sell those small easels, and start painting. Nobody says it has to be Picasso. Just paint what you feel. Because for you, it is expressionism. You're not expressing what you're feeling inside, and that is causing this lack of joy. So work on that, and you're going to be able to really feel your joy. Haven't even pulled a card yet. I'm just doing the intuitive part. Let's do this. What do you need to leave behind in order to move forward better. So that was the intuitive hit. Grace, I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creations. Isn't that beautiful? So in this case, I already gave the intuitive part of what you need to leave behind. Leave behind your beliefs about joy. You have grace. Grace and beauty literally go hand in hand. Move in grace, dance in grace, put on music, do those things that make you feel different. I won't even say joyful. Shifts your energies. Of course, this woman here is holding a book. So maybe your creative expression could be writing or reading, doing puzzles, crosswords, you know, all of those things. Sudoku, all of these things can bring you joy, because for you, the joy allows all of your creative faculties to open. You probably, once you're in flow of joy, can probably intuit things like, literally, you can ask what's the lotto number and you probably will get it because you see things. Those of you who chose this path, you see things literally as a picture in your mind. Optimism. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Okay? So if you expect to get the lotto numbers, you will. If you expect that man, that woman to propose, they will. If you expect that coming down the block right now is the package that I've been waiting for because the post office has been late, it will. The way you are structured, set up, built, you came in as almost an open channel, but that channel is getting cluttered with a lot of other things. All you have to do is declutter your channel. And the way for you to do that is joy. Joy cleanses your channel so that you can pull in the things that you want. So if nothing I've said even makes sense to you, use joy to obliterate everything else that doesn't belong with you so that you can now have the mental space, the mental clarity, the spiritual clarity to reach out with your intuitive fingers to get the information that you need. But you are only able to do that when you are on your axis of joy. Without you being on that axis of joy, you will not achieve the things that you need. That is your superpower. Being able to tap into joy, which clears you out so that you can see and you can hear and you can feel and you can intuit. All right? So leave behind all of the stuff that disconnects you from your axis of joy. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.